Hey guys, buenos dias. It's Sunday, February 13th. I think I'm right. I don't know. Do you guys know Chispa? She's made her way through a few videos here and there. This is D'Angelo's dog, but kind of mine too. I love dogs. Cat person now. I love animals that have a life. Don't need to be dependent. But anyway, all right, man. So what happened with me? Since it's Sunday, I get to talk about things I want to talk about. I had a birthday couple days ago. 62, man. 62. So I don't care about birthdays. I haven't cared about my birthday since I was in my 20s. It's just not a thing for me. I don't know why. I just doesn't mean much to me. But I did have a birthday, and I can't help but think about it a little bit. And I tend to self-reflect a little bit on like my life, what's going on in my life, all that. I don't know why. Just kind of hits me. Cheese, but you can get that. Sorry, I don't have the mic today, man, so I hope you're hearing this good. So anyway, I feel like it's my birthday. I get to talk about what I want to talk about, right? So yeah, this isn't Costa Rica either, man. I'm not talking about Costa Rica, but I'm watching world events. I'm checking out world events. I'm watching, what's happening in Canada, the Joe Rogan stuff. What's happening on the side? What's the distractions from what the real stories are going? So I don't know. I got things to say, and I kind of want to say them. I got to tell you, on the reflection of the life thing, I tell people this and they get sad because they think it's a sad statement, but I totally mean it. I am so glad that I will be dead sooner rather than later. I am so happy with the time I was born. Hey man, be home at 5 or you're not eating dinner. You went out, you played, everything was interaction. No, there was no adults. What are you going to do when somebody calls you a bad name? You're going to walk it off? You're going to cry? You're going to fight? We played football without adults even in the game, man. You learn so many things. Dealing with frustration, which is what actually teaches us. Dealing with frustration, social skills, how to make friends, all problem solving stuff. No adults. You didn't do that. If you went home and said, "Mom, he called me a fairy," it was like, buck up, little camper, work it out. So I'm kind of glad that I grew up in the era that I did, because I like, at least with my parents, and I think my era, I think, we were taught responsibility, man. You take responsibility for your actions, and you got to learn, and nobody's helping you. You got to do kind of manage kind of things on yourself sometimes, and take responsibility. So I kind of like all that, and I think it's sorely lacking now. The snowflakes seem to melt with the smallest of offenses, we'll say, and it's sad to me. It's sad to me what social media is kind of doing. So I think we've all seen. If you haven't, you should watch it. It's a social dilemma on Netflix. It's very eye-opening. I actually did know all that stuff prior, but it's kind of sad. I hate to see that, 13-year-old girls are, worried about how many thumbs up they get. It's a terrible thing. And I don't think we've seen the consequences of social media yet. We've seen some, but I think they're going to get a lot worse. Let's keep going. So anyway, I love the era I was brought up in, so I don't mind being 62 technically. I can't believe I'm 62. That whole cliche of like, what the hell? How did you just go from 18 to 62 in like less than 6 months? I don't know, and you can't tell anybody that. It's a cliche statement, and you can't, people have to experience that themselves, right? But I did want to say a little bit thing. We were talking about Joe Rogan before on some videos, and I'm so pro Joe Rogan, but not even pro Joe Rogan, just pro Discourse. You got an argument? I have an argument. Who's got the better argument? I like that, and I'm not scared of your argument if I feel I'm ready for it. So I don't understand the shutting down of conversation and discourse. That's already bums me out. For those of you who didn't know, I definitely No politics speak for me. I do think it's two sides of the same coin. But prior, I'm Bill Maher liberal. I'm Jon Stewart. That's me. I'm kind of progressive. But I got to tell you, in the last 2 years, you're gonna kill me. You're going to kill me. With all Trump's buffoonery, stupid shit he said, I don't know, man. I'd take him over Biden. I gotta say, they're pushing us. The woke culture has been so squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's a small percentage. That's what's even worse. We know it's a small percentage, but they scream so loud it seems like it's bigger than it is, and it's not. That's why they need to be told this. That's why I said that in the Joe Rogan video, because most people are like us. We just want to be happy. We want to live our life. I want you to do what you want to do, think how you want to think, have your own views. You let me do the same. We have friends. We go out for beers on Friday night. We do stuff. I think that's most people. But, they act like it's not. And for some reason, they get a lot of, let's say, airplay. I think it's going to deflate soon. They're going to eat their own so much that it's going to come back. We've gone from one extreme to the other. We're going to come back a little bit and get back to, I don't know, freedom of speech, family values or something. I don't know. But it's been disappointing. So the Joe Rogan thing was disappointing to me only because it's not that I want people to agree with me. It's because I was upset that people don't even want to hear the discourse. Oh, no, misinformation. Joe Rogan, cancel him. What is that? I mean, it makes no sense. So I don't get it. So I'm big. I don't know what you think about this, and I would love it if you put it in the comments if you disagree. I don't mind disagreeing, but I'm pro Canada trucker, man. I think the Canadians are showing us what we should have been doing, like, I don't know, a year ago. I am so pro what they're doing. I back them. And they're gonna win because the government's already getting scared. We're the government, and once we start realizing that, we can make some noise and we can affect change. And I'm almost positive the convoy thing, the Canadians, what they're doing is going to work. Trudeau can say whatever he wants about we're going to arrest, we're going to $100,000 penalties, GoFundMe can stop, and we're going to freeze your funds. You know what? It's bigger than that, man. You can't, because I'm like that. Say that shit to me. I'll still do it. Put me in jail, man. I'm going down. And that's what they're doing. And I think it's kind of cool. And I think it's been we've taken a certain thing too long. And I'm not even talking strictly COVID. I'm kind of talking about in general about like the wokeness, the pronouns, the I'm offended, the safe spaces. Oh my God, everything's a racist. We're tired of it. COVID, we're tired of it. Finally, how many businesses can be lost? How much can inflation go up? What more can they do? Finally, we're kind of going, hey man, we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. So I'm glad to see the Canadians stepping up on this, and I'm glad to see people following suit. I'm a little upset with my country, the United States, because the only thing I got wrong about COVID, I've been right. Go back to my videos even a year and a half ago of talking about the COVID stuff. Seriously, like a lot of you, I've been right the whole time. The economy is going to win out. We need to get back to normal regardless of what's going on. We need to take care of people that are vulnerable, and we need to get going. But what I was wrong on, which is the most saddening thing to me, is I never thought that the people of the United States would take what we're taking. It's unbelievable. I knew we were sheep in some regard, but I didn't know it was like this. And I'm glad, again, Canadians stepping up. I hope we do it too. So again, hey man, that's my point. It's my viewpoints. It may not be yours, but do you want to unsubscribe me because you don't agree with me? If Trump taught us anything, because I was not a Trump fan, but I wasn't a Trump fan before he was president. I always knew he was a little narcissistic buffoon looking for, but he did some good things with policies. He just shot himself in the foot by talking, right? But what what I think he showed us is you can disagree with people. But where this thing go, I like Trump and then we have to hate you. I'm not anti-vax, I'm anti-mandate. So you hate me? Really? You hate me? You don't want to talk to me and kind of find out why I might have a little questions about the mandates? A little questions about this? Well, I think in the Trump era, everyone jumped on board with, you're with him or you're not with him. And if you were with him, oh, you just got attacked. What? How do you go to bed at night? How do you go to bed at night like in Trump? Well, why don't you ask? Why don't you ask somebody instead of canceling your cousin that likes Trump? Why don't you just ask them and maybe see where they're coming from? People that are maybe anti-mandate. Why don't you ask them why they're anti-mandate? They're not anti-vax. I don't think there's a fringe that might be anti-vax, but most people are anti-vax. I want my mom to get the vaccine, but I'm definitely anti-mandate. Ask me. What, you got to cancel me? You got to stop my speech. You got to stop Joe Rogan's speech. You got to stop the convoy from talking and using a democratic process to get their voices heard because they're tired of it. I don't know. Remember, this is my birthday. I'm giving a present to myself. I'm sorry I'm not talking about Costa Rica, but I'll always get back to Costa Rica, right? I'll always get back to Costa Rica. Thanks for the rant. It wasn't a rant. Was that a rant? I don't think it was a rant. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen. Should I say I'm from TravelCostaRicaNow.com? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm just Michael Allen talking from Michael Allen. I am. Peace. Hey, man, enjoy your Sunday. That's the most important thing, really, right? Enjoyment.